All right. Okay, let's get this thing started. So, hello there. Good afternoon. Hopefully, everybody's doing well. Um, so as mentioned before, these have to be relatively short until the 23rd, so I can see what the hell's going on with my shoulder. So, we'll do 15 minutes and we'll go from there. But if I remember correctly, we started isolation and helplessness. So let's go over what we wrote, then we'll continue adding more things. But bear with me. As soon as I get my MRI done on this shoulder and see what the hell's actually going on, we're good. But I'm not trying to fuck around and find out. Arthritis is pretty bad. So let's just worry about that later and we'll just play it safe for now. So, isolation doesn't just distort perception, it strips away control. When you're alone, every decision feels heavier and actions carry consequences. Helplessness is the psychological weight of knowing that no one can intervene, guide, and validate your actions. Even minor tasks, locking the door, checking a corner, or prepping for a threat become a catalyst for anxiety. Limited resources can intensify this effect because in isolation, scarcity is more than practical. It's psychological. Resources, ammo, health items, or means of escape. I need to put even there. Or means of escape is even means of escape become symbols of security. Losing access to them amplifies fear because it is a reminder that survival depends on you. Your ability to act under these circumstances may not be enough. In horror, this often is represented by broken doors, broken equipment, and blocked pathways. Okay, cool. We'll add even there in a second. We'll see if I'm actually going to change that. Um, okay. Also, don't drink unless you're my age. This better not blow up in my face. All right. Okay. In horror, this often is this is often this is often represented by broken doors, broken equipment, and blocked pathways. Okay. So the environment. So the environment cannot spell tonight. The environment, in a sense, enforces helplessness. It forces helplessness. The environment, in a sense, enforces helplessness by forcing player to rely on limited resources. No, limited options. By forcing the player Okay. The environment, in a sense, enforces helplessness by forcing the player to rely on limited options. Hmm. And amplifying anxiety, amplifying stress on the mind. There we go. So the mind, if left unchecked, yeah, if left unchecked, so it hits the mind, as I mentioned before, it starts acting up. So you'll start hallucinating, coming up with random threats. Things just start going south. And I've given my own IRL example of it. I was literally left 12 days by myself, surrounded by crows. I've seen the worst. It got to the point that someone, like I mentioned before, someone was building an alligator out of rocks. I'm like, bro, we are so fucked. But no, they kept on checking up on us. They just couldn't take us with us. They take us with them. So the mind, if left unchecked, begins to invent threats. Begins to invent threats. or even exaggerate minor ones. Yeah, the song I'm listening to is actually really good. I can't wait to get copyrighted because it's so good. So, the mind, if left unchecked, begins to invent threats or even exaggerates minor ones. Let's give an example of that. I guess I can use. Well, I won't use a game example because I don't like using game examples because I don't want to take away from the main case studies. But just for me to think about this, let's use the RE2 OG liquor window scene. You don't know what the hell that is. How? You don't know what the hell that is. You just saw something red just walk right past this, right past the window. It could be just a figment of your imagination under stress, or it could be something absolutely batshit crazy. Which, yes, it was absolutely batshit crazy. Okay, so the mind, if left unchecked, begins to invent threats or even exaggerate minor ones. God, that liquor scene scared the shit out of me when I was a kid because I had terrible cousins who played that, who play RE2 whenever I go over. It was terrible. Exaggerates minor ones. So, uh, something just darted. Something just darted past the window. What was it? What was it? Hmm. I should probably read what I got next. I just hope they just actually isn't arthritis and just joint issues. But if it is, I damn old age cut up with me. Isolation doesn't just distort perception; it strips away control. When you're alone, every decision feels heavier and actions carry consequences. Helplessness is a psychological way of knowing that no one can intervene, guide, and validate your actions. Even minor tasks, locking the door, checking a corner, or preparing for a threat become a catalyst for anxiety. Limited resources can intensify this effect because in isolation, scarcity is more than practical, it's psychological. Resources, ammo, health items, or means of escape become symbols of security. Losing access to them amplifies fear because it is a reminder that survival depends on you. Your ability to act in those circumstances may not be enough. In horror, this is often represented by broken doors, broken equipment, and blocked pathways. The environment, in a sense, enforces helplessness by forcing the player to rely on limited options and amplifying stress on the mind. The mind, if left unchecked, begins to infect threats or even exaggerate a minor one. Even exaggerates a minor one. Something just darted past the window. What was it? Was it a threat? Or am I just hallucinating under stress? This uncertainty fuels your helplessness. It most certainly does, because I just look at it whenever I play Outbreak. When I see that liquor walk pass by, I just point at it. Fucking asshole. And it's just, that just was so like rent free in your head. Like out of all the shit that could escape you from a horror game back in the day, like that's one of those moments that just like stick with you. Like the original zombie that started everything in Resident Evil 1 that had turned. Uh showed on, definitely showed on. Um if I want to be cute about it, I guess the blood, I guess. Oh yeah, we were talking about that the other day. I got a comment on the Metroid one. I did. while back. Who would win between the X virus, X parasite, and the flood? I'm like, no. Yes, that's a very weird matchup, but they're gonna keep on going back and forth. No one wins that. It's like Death Battle with Dr. Wily versus Dr. Robotnik. It's like Robenza affects Metal Sonic, and it's like this just goes back and forth. No one wins. But yes, there's certain moments in horror games that just live rent free in your head. The liquor being one of them. More modern ones are kind of weird. Well, Pyramid Head, definitely Pyramid Head, and OG Silent Hill 2, but you get where I'm getting at. So some of those events just live rent free in your head. Some of them might not. Some of them your mind under stress just exaggerates how actually scary they are. I think the zombies breaking through Kendo's window definitely scarred me for a long ass fucking time. Or the first Foxy, the first Foxy kill. Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? This thing's just running at me. Oh crap, I'm dead. All right, sorry, and enough yapping. I don't really have enough time left. Again, I do apologize. Eventually, once I actually figure out what the hell's going on with the shoulder, we'll do these longer streams. So, what was it? Was it a threat, or am I just hallucinating under stress? This uncertainty fuels your helplessness. Because helplessness doesn't need a monster. Helplessness doesn't need a monster. Helplessness doesn't need a monster. It exists. It exists. It exists between what is possible. Yes, between what is possible and uncontrollable. Yeah, that's good. What feels uncontrollable? Ooh, yeah, I like that. The uncertainty fuels your helplessness. Helplessness doesn't need a monster. It exists between what is possible and what feels uncontrollable. Because even like routine things that you do all the time feel like a burden. Okay, I think I've written enough about that. I'll check my outline. We'll see what we're gonna do tomorrow. Do you move forward? Do you move forward? Hide or retreat? Yes, retreat. Because each choice. You want to do that? Yes. Each choice, each choice, each choice, each choice. Each choice is weighed down with not with what with each choice is weighed down. Imagine consequences. Yeah, imagine consequences that may or may not exist. I do have to do another Metroid one. It's been a while, but I've just been on the horror groove, and I really wanted to get my backlog out of the way. I have a shit ton of like horror things I want to talk about. So I've already did a Type Moon one, so I'll do a Yumi Neko one soon. I'll do a Type Moon again, and I'll do a Metroid one because again it has been a while, but I've been prioritizing like requests, but I haven't really gotten any requests lately. So besides Gold and some of that's like a 2-year project. It's probably gonna be 4 years now, depending on how the shoulder feels. But don't mind me. But yeah, I've just been taking care of just my bucket list. So let's do one more final read, and I think we should be good for tonight. Isolation doesn't just distort perception; it strips away control. When you're alone, every decision feels heavier, and actions carry consequences. Helplessness is the psychological weight of knowing that no one can intervene, guide, and invalidate your actions. Even minor tasks, locking a door, checking a corner, or prepping for a threat become a catalyst for anxiety. Limited resources can intensify this effect because in isolation, scarcity is more than practical, it's psychological. Resources, ammo, health items, or means of escape become symbols of security. Losing access to them amplifies fear because this is a reminder that survival depends on you. Your ability to act under those circumstances may not be enough. In horror, this is often represented by broken doors, broken equipment, and blocked pathways. The environment, in a sense, enforces helplessness by forcing players to rely on limited options and amplifying stress on the mind. The mind, if left unchecked, begins to invent threats or even exaggerate a minor one, which I've given an example. Something just darted past the window. What was it? Was it a threat, or am I just hallucinating under stress? And yeah, that asshole liquor from 2 is a rent-free in my dome. This uncertainty fuels your helplessness. Helplessness doesn't need a monster. It exists between what is possible and what feels uncontrollable. Even routine things become feeling like a burden. Start feeling like a burden. I am dumbass tonight. I start feeling like a burden. Do you move forward, hide, or retreat? Question mark. Each choice is weighed down with imagined consequences that may or may not exist. I love how I say something, I just don't write it down. Anyways, this sounds good. I'll look at my outline tomorrow and we'll see what we're gonna write about next. But so far, so good. Anyways, again, I do apologize with these relatively short streams, but I don't want to fuck around and find out until I actually know what the hell's going on with this because they said arthritis in the neck, which is pinching my nerves, and my shoulder just hurts. It only hurts when I'm doing pushing exercises, but I digress. Give me till the 23rd at least, and we'll see how things go. But besides that, take care. We'll do some more tomorrow. Have a good one.